Dr. Sella here, and there are three perimeter schemes on midline triple option. The first is a load scheme. A load scheme is when you have a 1, a 2, and a corner. The count starts from a 2 technique out. So if you have a 1, a 2, and a corner, that's a load scheme. So that means what's going to happen is the A-back is going to twirl and he's going to block the mic to the free safety. I drew this up against a triple stack defense because you have 2 mic backers and a triple stack defense. So that's a load scheme. The second is an arc scheme. And an arc scheme is when you have a 1, a 2, you have an extra player, whether it's a corner or an overhang, and then a corner. So you get a 1, a 2, a safety or an overhang, and a corner. And then what ends up happening is if it's a safety and a corner, he's got the deep defender, which is the safety, and he'll twirl to the corner. If it's an overhang, he'll block the corner. And if the corner was rolled up, he would just run to the end zone because there's nobody to cover him. And the corner's going to run with him. And then the A-back will block the overhang, because the overhang really is number 3. So that's an arc scheme. Now a tackle scheme, and this is very rare. Very rarely does this happen with Army, Navy, and Air Force. But a tackle scheme is when you have, let's say you got 1 here, you got 2, you got a corner, a safety, and an extra player. That's a tackle scheme. So what happens there is the A-back has to make a tackle call. It could be other things. They've had other calls for it in the past, but you got the switch blocking on the perimeter, and then the tackle's got to take 3 flat steps, step at 45 degrees, and he has number 3. And if they 3-2 exchange it, where he widens to take the pitch and he comes in to take the quarterback, he simply blocks this player because that player becomes number 3. So that's a tackle scheme. You have to work this situation probably a third of the time. You got to work this situation a third of the time, and you got to work this situation a third of the time because of the uniqueness of each situation. So when they give you 1, 2, and a corner, it's a load scheme. When they give you 1, 2, a safety or an overhang and a corner, that's an arc scheme. When they give you 1, 2, a corner, a safety, and an extra player, that's a tackle scheme. So there you go. Those are the 3 schemes on midline triple option for the perimeter. And I start day 3 of my camp today, my triple option football academy camp today, helping this school win a lot more games in 2022. If you want to become a client, call me.